Yo, so today was the last day to register for Northwest Visa classes, and I was able to submit FAFSA. It might take 10 days, but today was the last day to register. And, doing that allowed me to realize, like, the time to finish your degree or whatnot is now, if you can. Um, Checked out FAFSA, and it's, like, way more, if I think right, instead of, getting before what I had, it's giving me more now. So this is probably my last year to properly use it right. I think I have maybe like 17,000 I could use. So that'd be great to help with, with the 20K debt my mom has, and she did not tell me. So yeah, I really wish she was more honest and she asked more questions or just told me things, because I'd rather hear it out than to find out last minute or month or whatever. So I mean, she was able to help me, pay for the classes, get down payment and stuff, and I'll pay her back with FAFSA. But I don't know if I'll get 17,000. I did do 4 classes, so I should have 100% of my tuition. And then yeah, I was only 4 classes away from finishing my associates. So let me explain how college worked for me. I basically went to community college, did not know what to do, so I went criminal justice because I thought about being a cop or something like that, like Jackie Chan, but it's not like that. It's not like in the movies. So it's mostly traffic, right? So yeah, and then I changed that to English because I thought about being an author writer because I was very good at writing and creativity wise. And then I realized I don't need to be an author after talking to one of the writing lab people who wrote only 2 books. They were tiny, skinny books that was not really creative. It was just like, I guess, for help. So I told myself, why would I spend all this time getting my English degree when it's so much writing and it's just so much work, when it's like you could write a book without doing that? So I changed that. And then I eventually was like, you know what? I kind of want to try acting. So I tried acting. I took some acting classes, and yeah, I did. Like, in my opinion, since it was my first time ever, I was like not very in shape like I am now. Before I was a little more fat because I worked at Jack in the Box and I gained weight so fast. Like, I was 120 at 18, and then in like a couple of months I gained like 30, 40 pounds. Like, it was crazy. I went from that to like 160. It was crazy. Like, in just like maybe 5 months or so, whatever, whatnot. I didn't really work out, so I just looked like this chubby, funny Asian, like perfect for, like, the sidekick, Spider-Man sidekick Asian. Like, I was totally that guy. Like, I totally could have nailed that if I wanted to, right? So, long story short, yeah, I switched from acting because I had some classes that I didn't like. Some of the teachers had some work that we did, but my groups and teammates did not want to do the work. So I was just like, you know what? If it's gonna be like this with people's ego and stuff, maybe I should think about something else. So I changed from that to digital video cinema productions, and then I was able to do that program and almost get close to finishing it. I had a couple more classes till the end of semester, which sucked because of COVID 2019. And I predicted COVID when I was like 18, so I saw a vision when we were watching a supervised documentary video in phlebotomy health class, and I just was mind blown. Like, I just like saw something that I kept to myself because I was like, I just saw us dying to supervirus or whatever, and that turned out to be COVID later. But it's just like I didn't know what to say or do, so I just kept it to myself. And then, when I was younger, I also predicted my grandmother's death at age 11. She died in a vehicle accident in Vietnam. I hugged her, felt like she wasn't gonna live long, and gave her a longer hug before she left. And then, yeah, like, it was just really sad. And I was shocked, but I wasn't able to cry because I was more surprised and just like, I couldn't believe my prediction came true. And then I also predicted war last year, and I was like, what the flip? Now there's war this year, right? So maybe it was like before Ukraine Russia started war, or maybe it was during around the same time. It was in April. So whatever last year April was, right? If I looked at the news and stuff. So yeah, that wasn't a thing until later on this year. So it was just like crazy. I wrote it down in my notes. That was a funny experience because I was able to take my first edible that allowed me to see that, and that was only because I was depressed over family drama stuff that my cousin didn't really understand, and I tried to help him, but then I ended up getting blamed for his past mistakes, and yeah, it just kind of ruined my life and my whole family. So I just wasn't able to like get them to believe me or understand me, so I just cut them out too when he cut me off, because it was like, imagine like taking care of this guy as a father or like a friend and brother, but he didn't understand like his own issues, like if he didn't understand him, he was going to cause those people that he loved to hurt later. So I was at least able to in my opinion try my best to help him and de-stress him. But now he's living happy and he is taking care of his baby, so I'm really glad for that. Whatever I did helped him do that because he wasn't going to take care of his baby before. His ex-girlfriend didn't want to, blah, blah, blah. I could go on. I'm not going to. But yeah, I did all this within the timeline I've been in. And I remember during COVID when I was trying to finish my degree for digital video cinema productions, the last couple of classes I had that was fun to be interviewing outside, like the projects that help people who are doing shelter stuff and other things, we didn't get to do that because of COVID. Literally, we had this thing we did, and I did like a Silent Hill PT remake in the Juniper Hall at Northwest Vista. It was so fun. I remember that night we almost got locked out too because the guys were like telling me to open the door for them. They got stuck on the second floor and one on the first floor. So I helped the guy on the first floor first, and then I went back upstairs to help on the second floor. But if the door like shut and I didn't hold that door, we would have locked our equipment inside and he would have been stuck on the second floor. So that was crazy too. And then after that, I remember like just like not able to retrieve our stuff when we worked so hard on it and I edited it. Mostly I took a lot of time editing and stuff, and it was good even though it was short in time, but it was super good. I really wish I was able to download and save it before, COVID hit. And then yeah. And then we did our own stuff at home. For the first time, I started doing like tripod directing from my house, doing stuff with the Truman Show, and also like um, Risky Business, Tom Cruise, me recreating that. It was very fun, but I was very fat, so dancing in my underwear was kind of funny. Okay, not very fat. I was like chunky. I'd be like, it just didn't work with the whole Asian Justin Bieber hair with that look. I just looked like a more chunky version of Asian Justin Bieber doing that. It was so funny though. I low key want to post it and see how viral it would get, but like literally, I don't know. Yeah, maybe if you guys like want me to show that, I will. But even my brother laughed and my friends online, they laughed. I was like, oh my god. But it was good. Like the teacher laughed too. The teacher that was always strict, the guy in charge was Professor Taylor, but then he retired. So yeah, he went from the strict guy to like this more like uncle, like grandpa looking cargo pants. Like he looked more chill, in his Zoom office. But yeah, I was just like, dude, it's crazy. I wasn't able to get the last part I needed was internship, because of COVID. I just felt like I should just work because I didn't want to deal with that because I'm Asian and I'm gonna probably face racist stuff if I work at a TV station, which I did see on the news, by the way, about an Asian lady being racist remark to an older white guy. So yeah, like I predicted, it's pretty far on point on my things. And also when I worked at the restaurant, I also predicted stuff that happened later to help me do better. At first I sucked, but then I got better. Started predicting a lot of things, like from waiters not liking a certain table, some waiters with some people, and then people quitting, and then other things. I just had a sense. It was like a sixth sense of everything. Like I started to develop photographic routine of the waiters and people around me, and it was almost like on stage, and I'm like the director. I could just tell what's gonna happen like pretty soon. This allowed me to do well and work well, and yeah, some people had differences, so it was hard to help them understand my vision. Not to be ego, but like they just didn't do a great job sometimes. So it was just like it really had to be up to later on when I was more like like able to navigate, right. So yeah, I'm not to be sad ego and just saying how it is. And I gave great customer service too. Whenever one lady forgot her jacket, she doesn't live here, so her daughter was gonna pick it up, but instead I just drove over there because I needed gas, and I just gave her the daughter's the jacket, and she said, "This is my mom's jacket. You're awesome." And I was like really hyped and stuff because it was like something really nice I did on the way. Because usually the jacket's lost or people just take it or they never find it, lost and found. So it was a really important jacket, so I just decided to do that. Anyways, back to my topic. I went back into college after the whole drama with my cousin, and then I tried to do my degree with his eye doctor because I thought it'd be a chill job. But I'm not really like the medical type. My mom really forced me onto that. And eventually I decided not to listen to what my mom says anymore and just do my own path. And then I decided to do Marine boot camp as well to help pay for university transfer because I'm like trying to do all this my mom's not working, so I got her a job later on. You know, she was working for 6 months, so I had to get her a job because she was traumatized from her other job. They tried to cut her tires or something. I was like, that's crazy. So I got her a nice chill pool job, and then yeah, like eventually I did some of that too before. Um, you know, like I mean, yeah, it was like after boot camp. So I came back. I didn't make boot camp. I lost a lot of weight, but I was very weak and sick. So I came back 137 pounds. I went from 176 to freaking 137, which is crazy. I lost 20 pounds the first month in my house, working out, doing a strategy, diet, learning on YouTube, and just strict diet really. And then just working out crazy. Like I'm talking Kung Fu Panda 1 transformation to the Dragon Warrior. Then I became Kung Fu Panda 2 during boot camp because I was able to prove some of the things. And then when I came back, I was very skinny and I felt like I was like on my way to build my strength again. So I bulked up and I was 162, way more muscular and skinnier, like had some belly, tummy, skinny fat. But otherwise, I had way more muscle. And then I wanted to cut again to 142 to be more like Spider-Man. So now I'm like skinny and I was able to do some flips and I didn't know I could do them. I just did it one day. I was like, whoa, right before I went to my acting trip to Cali. By the way, the whole acting stuff, I was in school, but then I quit all that. Like I literally dressed into my Naruto outfit, quit all that. And yeah, like I just didn't feel like school was there for me because I mean, no when I say that, it's just like I just felt like it wasn't. I couldn't see myself doing a 9 to 5 job. Couldn't see myself like doing 2 jobs and then paying more. I just didn't have the money. Plus, income wise, I didn't really work a lot. So it's like I was a YouTuber for like 6 7 years doing videos of games and stuff, getting better at it, helping people, etc. Like it was just something that I did. Like oh yeah, this is a shirt when I worked at the restaurant too. So yeah, like I'm just saying like I realized growing my personality, I used to be afraid of recording the camera and stage fright. And I was a singer when I grew up, so I realized the talent I had was always there, but I just never had the courage or bravery to step through it. And now that I'm going back to school to finish my degree, so I at least have the credibility to say all this. Because it's not just like I've had 2 years, but I was able to have all those changes, right? Oh yeah, and I changed back from like football, whatever, the eye doctor to communication because I wanted to become like a communication professor, like to motivate students and go after the dream. But then I had a philosophy class that changed everything, totally changed my perspective because I was like going through boot camp and God and stuff, and it was just like, man, when I went to boot camp, I experienced Christianity, got church more. That I liked it so much, I came back and went to church, and then I also got baptized in November, and that's when I remember when last year when that happened, right? And I had the visions. I think God and Jesus saved me because it was like 4/16/23, and then that night I wrote down my notes and it became midnight and I just was remembering the stuff I saw in my visions. I had like a Spider-Man transformation and I fell over my bed and everything. I was like literally like when the spider bit him, like the Tobey Maguire one, I was going through some changes, man. I'm telling you guys. I was going through some changes to see into the future, past, present of my life. Things I didn't even know I that my mom prayed for God and I wasn't born yet. And I asked her, I think I know why you chose this name, right? And I told her and she was like, how did you know that? And she's like, I never told you. I was like, oh, God told me. And it was crazy. Like I grew up being this guy. And I finally like, instead of like low self-esteem, instead of apologizing all the time to get rid of the situation, whatever, to calm down the situation, I realized all my life, the reason why I grew up in a chaotic mess and my mom and brother always arguing because they didn't like understand each other. They didn't like each other. And sometimes I had to yell so loud. I lost my voice 3 times a year, and I had to write down a piece of paper and stuff. Like it was just, it all makes sense now. I was able to become the problem solver of stressful situations from either my nightmares and dreams, from in real life situation scenarios and drama that just, even when I do a great job, people get jealous and I cannot get rid of that. Like imagine spending your life being jealous and toxic instead of just improving your own life. Like if we could all just do that, we would have a less hateful world. And honestly, when I was over there, dude, in Cali, the guy was so jealous. He was so jealous that I had this great talent, but I wasn't like trained. I had no acting experience before. So when he thought I was just bad and the nerves and everything, eventually I proved them all wrong. So I don't care what they say. I literally just believe myself. That was the last piece I need to do and I did it. So yeah, like now I'm just gonna go back to school, get my degree, and then find a job and then keep auditioning and just keep the dream alive. So peace.